How many times have you found yourself cracking open a fortune cookie and wishing its prediction would come true? Whether it's wealth, love, or happiness, the secret to changing your life doesn't lie in a piece of paper, but the decisions you're willing to make when the right opportunity presents itself. Have you felt trapped in a job you hate? Plodding through each endless day, wishing you could escape but have no idea how? You have bills to pay, student loans hanging over your head. You probably have a family depending on you, and quitting your job just isn't an option. So you get in your car, the one you bought while you were still in college, and you sit in rush hour traffic once again, and you suddenly realize it feels like your life is slowly slipping away. Does that sound familiar? Don't worry, I've been there before too. Now, just over 5 years ago, I was that guy, stuck working a dead-end job I hated for a paycheck that barely covered the bills. I was just in existence, neither living or loving my life to the fullest. But that soon changed when I made the conscious decision to turn my life around. I just needed a get-out clause. And that's what I found with 10fold Finance. You know, all of a sudden, that burned-out beater turned into a luxury sports car. You know, those lonely nights with dinner for one became my loving family, sitting around the table together in my beautiful home, which you'll see in just a bit. And above all, I made my money on my own terms, with nobody to answer to. I wasn't working for the man anymore. I was the man, and you could be too. But first, where are my manners? Before I tell you exactly how you could be earning more money on your own terms than you ever could have imagined, let me introduce myself. My name is Kyle Jenkins, and I'm a man that decided to make my own way. You know, like you've always thought about doing. But you're stuck waiting for that little bit of luck to fall by your side. Well, let me tell you, in this life, you have to make your own luck. Nobody is going to look out for your best interests but you. If you want to turn your life around and experience the financial security you've always wanted, you have to pledge to make a change right now. And I'm not the only one. There are plenty of others that have followed in my footsteps. I've been able to help people that were in a similar situation boost their income as high as $80,000 per month. Every month. And all without the stress of being a slave to the grind. No risk, high reward. Think about it. How would you like to be able to walk away from that job you hate right now? I know it may sound crazy, but I promise you, with the investment secrets I'm about to tell you, that dream can become a reality. Interested? Of course you are. Now that I'm not a slave to the grind anymore, what am I doing with my days? Well, besides the exotic vacations, the good food, and the nice cars, I'm running my own investment firm, using the same tried and tested investment strategies that enabled me to get out of the rut I was stuck in. That's how I know the tips I'm about to share with you can help you, because they've already helped me. I wouldn't give you any advice that I haven't already taken. Walking out on the life you've built for yourself, no matter how miserable it makes you, is a risk. You're probably worried about how you're going to pay the bills or fill your fridge. But listen, I wouldn't ask you to take a risk on my strategies unless I knew for sure they worked. And I'm living proof that they do. Along with people like Beth Donahue, who came to me with an income as low as $12,000 per year. By the time I introduced her to what I'm about to show you, she was taking home as much as $60,000 each and every month. This could be you very soon. Let's head for home. My workday is over and my driver is waiting. just a sudden abundance of money that you could look forward to. That's just the icing on the cake. The real prize is the freedom you could be experiencing right now, having nobody to answer to and nothing to worry about. That's what my life is like now. You know, those stresses that used to consume me in every waking moment? They're a thing of the past, and that's a luxury you can't put a price on. Total liberty to do, see, and be whatever you want. It's a life that's pretty hard to imagine until you actually get the chance to live it. Bye, Dave. See you in the morning. If you think that I just got lucky and that the same thing couldn't possibly happen to you, then think again. I took the risk so that you don't have to. When I walked out of my job, I had no backup plan. It was a matter of sink or swim, and I wasn't prepared to let myself drown. I fought and I clawed my way to money by making the right investment decisions at the right time. I learned how to manipulate the stock market to my advantage and make incredible gains. And my life has never been the same. So once I discovered the tricks to controlling my trading, had a proven, successful track record to show for it, well, that's when I decided to start 10fold Finance. I wanted to take the lessons that I'd learned in this time and figure out a way to apply them to people like you. I wanted anybody that found themselves in the same situation I was in, under those same circumstances, to have another chance, to have the opportunity for a fresh start, and to be able to experience real happiness, finally. Now that I'd made my money, I was determined to find a way to pass that information to somebody like you, the average Joe who may not know the first thing about investment. And I figured out a way to do exactly that. I immediately hired the best computer programmers I could find to help me turn my vision into a reality. Just a few months later, 10fold Finance had its revolutionary functional trade assets calculator. And it's a piece of software that I couldn't be prouder of. Its success rate alone is something that I could have only dreamed of putting into practice. In fact, the program will accurately predict the right investment opportunity 7 times out of 10. That's a 77% hit rate, guaranteed. With its sophisticated algorithms, it's able to make automatic investments that are beneficial to the user and generate some of the highest and most regular gains on the stock market. And that's all without you having to lift a finger. When we released the software, we wanted to keep it as low-key as possible while we performed additional tests. But it passed with flying colors. On average, our trade testers experienced a return of 48% at the end of day 1. But that's not all. Since we made the software available to the general public, we've helped regular people like you earn approximately $4 billion between them. One case in particular saw a friend of mine experience an increase to their income that dwarfed any other member we've helped to date. His annual income leapt from $70,000 to an incredible $400,000. Now, as you can imagine, with results like that, 10fold Finance has generated a lot of interest from serious investors. So much so, in fact, that we're about to go public. In just a few months, we'll be launching our initial public offering. And I want to make sure that my company earns the highest stock value from day 1. To achieve that, I'm going to need to demonstrate as much success as I can between now and then. And that's where you come in. I'm here to tell you that I've decided to make the Functional Trade Assets Calculator available absolutely free of charge. Because the more success my customers have, the higher our stock value will be when it comes to launch our IPO. And believe me, this is a scenario where everyone's a winner. There's no nasty surprises lurking around the corner. No hidden charges, no cancellation fees. This is an exercise of mutual benefit. You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. But there is one thing you need to be aware of. The number of free copies is limited. So if you want to radically overhaul your lifestyle for the better, you'll need to act quickly. I've already reserved your place on the waiting list. But if you don't fill out the information in the form on this page right now, the offer will expire and somebody else will claim your copy. The choice is entirely up to you, but if it were me, I know exactly what I'd do. Grab your copy while you have the chance, and I'll see you on the other side.